South Africa, your country made headlines by filing a lawsuit against Israel, accusing the country, Israel is, of genocide against Palestinians in Gaza. What is your country's, South Africa, hoping to achieve with this bold legal move? And in your expert opinion, how likely is it to really succeed?
Well, thank you very much. This unprecedented legal action that South Africa has filed against Israel at the International Court of Justice in The Hague seeks to end the genocide that is currently being perpetrated against the Palestinian people, where we see thousands of Palestinians in Gaza as well as in the West Bank, but mainly in Gaza. Thousands of civilians being killed by a series of unrelenting bombardments by Israel, which are targeting civilians in their homes, children at schools, even patients in hospitals. We've seen that some of the largest casualties in this senseless bombardment by Israel constitute children. We've seen babies in incubators dying due to the lack of oxygen as a result of the bombardment carried out by Israel on very essential basic human infrastructure, energy, as well as water and other infrastructure in Gaza. So we seek through this action to end this genocide in Gaza. We also seek through this action to ensure that there is accountability, there is an end to impunity, that Israel as the perpetrator is called upon to account for this senseless killing of civilians in Gaza. We also seek through this action to ensure that there is a ceasefire in Gaza and that the people of Gaza in particular and the people of Palestine in general can be granted their right to self-determination as enshrined in the Charter of the UN, which is the basic and the cardinal of all rights, from which all other rights flow. And it is through the recognition of this right that Palestine should be granted full statehood, and Palestine can be able to govern itself, and Palestine and Israel can live side by side in accordance with the Oslo Accords. They can live side by side in peace, with the Palestinian state having its capital in East Jerusalem, and all its territories freed of occupation. This is what we seek to achieve through this action. And we're very much heartened by the fact that this action now enjoys the overwhelming support of a number of countries, not only in the global south, but also countries in the global north, who have joined South Africa at The Hague, supporting its action to restore the dignity as well as the right to self-determination and independence of the Palestinian people.
And is there anything that, in your opinion, justifies this? I mean, is there any little thing where you say, well, this would justify it, but the other things don't justify it? Is there anything? Or is this flat out?
There is absolutely no justification under international law. And here we are in Geneva, which is the city where the Geneva Conventions were adopted. over 70 years ago. There is absolutely no justification for bombing civilians in their homes, at mosques, patients in hospitals, in clinics. There is absolutely no justification for that. The actions taken by Israel are absolutely disproportionate. There is no justification, no basis to argue that these actions are legitimate acts of self-defense, because they go beyond self-defense. They are offensive, they are indiscriminate, they are arbitrary, and of course they have resulted in the deaths of civilians and children, women, disabled, elderly. So there is absolutely no justification.